What's up? I'm Ryan Eddy,
And I'm Jackson Snow.
and welcome back to part two of the long-awaited GOAT rankings, 1 through 10. And make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, all of that, or whatever platform follow, etc., etc. And yeah, this is part two, 1 through 10 of the NBA GOAT rankings. We left off with 11. My 11 was Shaq. What was your 11 again?
Hakeem Olajuwon.
Hakeem. Okay. Yeah, I remember we were pretty close on that. I was 14. All right, but let's jump right into it. Number 10. You want to go first, or I'm gonna go first?
Oh yeah, I got Steph Curry. Steph Curry is second best point guard of all time. His career stats are 24.7 points, 4.7 rebounds, and 6.4 assists. He's a four-time champion, one-time Finals MVP. He should have got two Finals MVPs. He is a unanimous MVP.
But he held the GOAT to 34 points a game. That's what you get for holding the GOAT to 34 points a game. I mean, Iggy, by the way, Andre Iguodala, held the GOAT to 34, 9-9, or something absurd like that. And for that amazing performance, holding him to just 34 points a game, he gets an MVP, Finals MVP.
Okay, you done about your LeBron?
Yep. Who you guys got in a boxing match, LeBron or Stephen A. Smith?
Oh yeah, facts, dude. I got Stephen A. all the way. No, I'm just playing. Have you seen the clip of him boxing though?
Yeah, I did. LeBron posted it.
Yeah,
LeBron posted it.
He's a dog. But back to the serious stuff. Steph Curry is a top 10 player of all time in the NBA.
Yeah, actually, me too. I have him right on the dot. Number 10, greatest shooter in NBA history. One of the few guys that you can truly say revolutionized the game of basketball forever with the three-pointer.
Changed the play style.
He did. He led the Warriors dynasty to all their success, which is the 6 finals in 8 years, and his only true competition in the NBA was LeBron. And if you're even in the same sentence as LeBron, you're deserving to be on that top 10 list.
There was even some debates, like that 2016 season when he got the unanimous MVP. They were asking questions: is Steph Curry the new face of the league?
Yeah.
They were saying that.
And they were saying, is this the greatest team of all time?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you're the forefront of that, I think you deserve a top 10 spot.
Yeah. The year after, I believe 2017 Warriors is the greatest team of all time.
Yeah, Kevin Durant.
That's a topic for another day. So we agreed on 10. My number 9 is Tim Duncan.
Okay.
So I'm assuming we don't agree on that. But anyways,
Yeah,
Tim Duncan, 26,500 points, 15,000 rebounds, 4,200 assists, 3,000 blocks, 50% from the field, 5 rings, 2 MVPs, 15-time All-NBA, 11-time first team, 12-time All-Defensive team, 9-time first team. Sorry, I was reading Kobe's stats right there. 15-time All-NBA, 10-time first team, 15-time All-Defensive team, 8-time first team. He's one of the greatest winners in NBA's history. He's a 19-year career. He never missed the playoffs. Amazing win percentage. And he's a winner at the end of the day.
My number 9 is Kobe Bryant. I think this might turn some heads a little bit because a lot of people tend to overrate Kobe Bryant, but his career averages are 25 points per game, 5.2 rebounds, 4.7 assists, 5-time champion. But I think he is more known, well, not more known as a Robin, but when you have him and Shaq on the same team, he was not the number one guy. And I believe Shaq was the number one guy, and that's why I think he's better than Kobe Bryant. But Kobe was good on both sides of the ball. He was 12-time All-Defensive Team, 11-time All-NBA, 18-time All-Star, 2-time Finals MVP. All that stuff is great, but when you're in conversations with the GOAT, some people will just overrate you, and I think that might be why I kind of hate on him a little bit, because everybody has their opinions about Kobe Bryant. People obviously have been impacted by him a lot, but I think he's number 9 on my list.
Yeah, and we'll just move right into number 8 for me, because that is my number 8. So talking about Kobe, he was great on both sides of the ball. We're not going to get into the efficiency right now, but he is the 8th greatest player of all time, in my opinion. He has 81-point game. His work ethic and mentality are among the best in NBA history. And to your point, although he's one of the greats, I think he's overrated, and I'm going to clarify, by some people. Because I think that even though it may not be the popular opinion, I think the overwhelming majority of people do believe he's in that 7 to 10 range. Even though on social media you hear people put him in the top 3, top 5. I've heard people, and I know people, not gonna say any names, that have Kobe as their number one, and they know ball, and that's just absolutely preposterous.
It's kind of ridiculous.
It is, and this is no shade. You're number 8 of all time. I'm not number 8 all time anything, so congratulations. But this is not a diss to putting you number 8. It's similar to Shaq. It's just that the guys above you, I just have respect for them too.
I just think they're better.
I do. I wasn't gonna put it that way. Yeah. But I do think they're better. And yeah. So we're one off on that. I have them number 8. But yeah.
You me go on my number 8?
Yeah.
My number 8 is Bill Russell.
Okay.
Okay. That might be kind of a hot take because people may have him higher.
Slightly.
But if you have 11 rings, I mean, you're just in the top 10. If you murder one of the best players of all time in Wilt Chamberlain every single series that they play, I mean, I think it's just something. I think it's something to be.
It is a team game, and look at the Celtics roster of that time. Even though none of those names are household names, they're still like 10-time All-NBA players.
Against plumbers, they were all plumbers, and if you're Wilt Chamberlain,
and Wilt Chamberlain had entry-level plumbers.
Well, if we're just going to talk about Bill Russell, I mean, he only averaged 15 points, but he averaged 22.5 rebounds. And he was a player coach. Like, he literally was a guy who led his team. He's the definition of a leader, and he's one of the best defenders of all time. He's a 5-time NBA MVP. Yeah, he's just an all-around dog, and he is one of the goats of the game. If you had a Mount Rushmore, I think he'd be on it for sure. 11 rings is the main reason why he's in my top 10. But, I mean, I kind of can hold him against the competition, but I don't know. Bill Russell is one of the
good more than the competition. It's about, first of all, there weren't as many teams in the league. We've had numerous expansions. I believe at the time there was 12 teams in the NBA, and by the way, only 2 of them could compete, Lakers and Celtics. So that's where the Lakers and Celtics got at least half, if not more, than the rings from. Was that era, because those were the only owners that wanted to put up money. Those were the only cities that the players wanted to go to. It's not like other teams were competing. It's not like other teams were getting in the star players. They just weren't at the end of the day. And no shade to Bill Russell. 11 rings speak for themselves. More rings than fingers. That's why he's actually higher. I haven't mentioned him yet, but that's why he has 11 rings. And frankly, if any player got 11 rings in today's era, and they were the best player, and they weren't just like like a Jeff Teague, or not Jeff Teague. No, sorry, I don't know why I said Jeff Teague. I mean like Ish Smith hopping from team to team, except for actually winning championships. No shade to Ish Smith either, but
it's just a different.
If they were the star player, if they were the leader on 11 rings, as Bill Russell was, then they would be the GOAT in today's era.
Exactly, yeah. But I mean, Bill Russell, you can't really hold much against him because he did it. At the end of the day, he did it. Yeah, he did it. So.
You just can't have you have nothing on him. At the end of the day, he did it. So sliding into my number 7, I'm gonna let you go first because this is a kind of long one for me.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember.
I don't know if I remember. I remember. But I have Tim Duncan at my 7. He went over all the stats earlier. He's the ultimate winner, and this is kind of like my ranking type of thing. You have to be able to win championships and be effective. And dude, the Spurs teams that he was a part of, he was the forefront of them, and 5-time NBA champion. He's an absolute dog. The Spurs weren't winning anything before he got there. David Robinson couldn't win before he got there, and Tim Duncan changed the whole culture of those Spurs teams. And he was just a fundamental basketball player. Like, everybody thinks he's boring or this and that. He just got the job done. That's just what he did, and I hold him to a lot of high regard for it. And I think he is better than guys like Kobe because he started out as the main guy for all of those championships. And Kobe obviously was really important for him.
Well, what about Kawhi? Because Kawhi did win one of those Finals MVPs.
Yeah, but he was young, and I mean, was Tim Duncan kind of old during those?
He was a little bit older. He was definitely in decline.
Yeah, but I mean, his resume speaks for itself. I mean, you can kind of switch some of these guys here and there because they're overall in the same tier. It's just who you have preference of. My personal opinion.
Yeah, I do agree, and we are in the same tier right now. I believe this tier of Kobe, Tim Duncan, Steph Curry. These guys are all interchangeable, at least in my eyes.
And I think Tim Duncan's also like one of the goats at defense. 15-time All Defensive Team.
Yep.
That's the
10-time first.
That's the most all time, and it's just.
Or sorry, 8-time first. 8-time first.
Yeah, and 3-time Finals MVP. I mean, he was the ultimate leader, and that's why I hold defense to a really high standard. So.
Yeah, it is half the game.
Yeah.
So my number 7. The reason I said it was the longer one is because it's Larry Bird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's higher on mine.
Okay, well 7. I got 7 for Larry Bird. We're gonna read through the stats, and then I have some stories. So 21,800 points, 9,000 rebounds, 5,600 assists, 3 rings, 3 consecutive MVPs, 10 times All-NBA, 9-time first team, 12-time All-Star, 3-time All Defensive second team, and he was a scoring, rebounding, and passing machine who made the Celtics dominant in the 80s. One of the best shooters in NBA history, which he doesn't really get credit for just because of the way the game was played. They weren't doing as much shooting, but he was one of the best shooters in NBA history, despite playing in the 80s. And lastly, he has the coolest stories in NBA history. And we're going to go through 7 of them right now. Number 1. He once played a game left-handed because he said he was saving his right hand for the Lakers, who they played next. He had 47 points, 14 rebounds, 11 assists. He had a game-tying shot in regulation and finished it in overtime. Number 2, in the three-point contest, he walked in the locker room and said to the competition, "I want all of you to know I'm winning this thing." I'm just looking to see who's coming in second. He then went out without taking off his warm-up jacket, won it, walked away before the last shot, and the game-winning shot went in. So the original Steph Curry turn around and just
just
lather in victory.
He just does it.
Number 3, he once asked what the scoring record was in the building. He said he was going to break it. Then he did it. The players on the other team who he was beating the scoring record on were laughing, giving each other high fives as Bird torched them. The own coach had to tell them to stop cheering for Larry Bird.
It's kind of ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. And there is video of that. Larry Bird, he hit a jumper, and you just see all the Hawks players go like this. Like, sorry, hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool. All right, so the next one. He had a habit of telling the defender exactly what he was going to do before he did it. One time he told Xavier McDaniel, "I'm going to take the ball, drive to the corner, and hit a fadeaway jumper right in your face." Then he did it and said, "Told you so." He once saw a rookie guarding him and told the Suns bench, "You guys are in trouble tonight." He had 40 plus.
Yeah, he's a dog.
While being trash talk, he said, "You can't guard me. You know you can't guard me." Then he scored on 5 possessions in a row. He once told the opposing team, "You got a white guy guarding me? You better put a black guy on me because this is disrespectful." He had 42 points. Those are my 7 Larry Bird stories. 7 for Larry Bird being number 7. And, okay, who do you got number 7?
I'm going to add on a little bit to Larry Bird. I think he had one of the highest peaks of all time. I think the only real peaks ahead of him are like LeBron, Jordan, and Shaq. Those are like the only 3 that I have ahead of him for peaks. And we'll get to Larry Bird later on my list because I have him pretty high. My number 6. My number 6.
7.
I already went over 7. Tim Duncan.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I forgot.
My number 6 is Shaquille O'Neal. 23.7 points, 10.9 rebounds, 2.5 assists. He's 4-time champion, 3-time Finals MVP, 1-time MVP, 15-time NBA All-Star, 3-time. Oh, never mind. I don't know why that's in there. And 14-time All-NBA. Shaq is the most dominant player of all time. You can argue with a wall if you want to. I don't really care. This dude literally could not be stopped. And if you have one of the highest peaks of all time, I think that gives you some upper echelon of why you should be higher on my list. When you're the most dominant player of all time and you literally cannot be guarded besides from the free throw line, that's the only thing that he could really be stopped by. I mean, I think it warrants a top 6 spot on my list, and I just like Shaq, so you can hate on me if you want to.
All right. So my number 6, Bill Russell. You mentioned the stats earlier. 12-time All-Star, somehow only one time all defensive team. Does someone want to explain how that happened?
I think that's like when they started keeping track, because he was like the best defender of his team.
Yeah, he was. But he definitely deserves more than one. Even honorary, I'd give him 10 right now.
Exactly,
Just Adam Silver,
yeah.
just give him 10 all defensive teams
You
as
could
like
give
an
it one for
honorary award.
every single year of his career. To be honest with you.
Exactly. He's the greatest winner in NBA history. He's arguably the greatest defender in NBA history, matching him with Wilt repeatedly, who I believe is the second most dominant player of all time, behind Shaq. And player coach, never going to be done again. The way that he won, or the amount that he won, it's
unprecedented, bro.
It's unprecedented. We've never seen anything like it since, and I don't think I'll see anything like it in my lifetime.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think 11 rings will ever be done again. And
No.
Just the sheer dominance that he had. Obviously, he's not playing the best competition, but, I mean, you can't hold it against him.
11 rings speak for themselves.
Exactly,
That's why he's my number 6.
Yeah. My number 5 is Larry Bird. We just went over Larry Bird. But we forgot to say one thing. He's the only person ever to three-peat an MVP, right? Isn't he the only one ever?
Larry Bird, is he?
I think he is.
I know he did three-peat, but I don't know if he's the only one.
Well, three-peat MVP, I mean...
Jokic should have.
Yeah, Jokic should have.
And he still should this year.
Yeah, I agree. Like you said, he's one of the best players of all time, and he literally just spoke what he was going to do, and he just did it. And he's also one of the biggest leaders of a dynasty that we've ever seen. Like, those Celtics teams were actually ridiculous. And obviously, he was a pioneer. Him and Magic were the two pretty much saviors of the NBA. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. He already went off all the stats and all the stories and stuff. And he is the greatest white guy of all time. You already know how we get now.
Yeah, and speaking of saving the NBA, I wouldn't call it saving, but there's certain players throughout NBA history that really grew the game, that really expanded the game. And I'm going to list them right here. So, Wilt, the Magic Johnson feud, so I'm going to, not feud, but rivalry, I'm going to have them combined. Kareem, Jordan, LeBron. Those are the 6.
You think Wilt?
I do think Wilt, because 60s, like, everyone was coming out to see Wilt, even though it wasn't crazy. I mean, at the end of the day, he started, really, the face of the NBA trend, or...
No, I think Bill Russell got that. I think Bill Russell got it. I mean, 11 rings speaks for itself. Like, if you're picking anybody to be the face of that era, I think you gotta go Bill Russell. I mean, I could just be hating on Wilt, but like...
I do think so, because Wilt he was averaging the better stats. He did average 50 points on a year. He did score 100 points in the game, so...
But if, like, you're dominating that much in a league, when you're winning 11 rings, you gotta be the face, right? Like, I mean, that's just, like... I mean, winning is
in terms of expanding the league, I think that Wilt did more for expanding and bringing attention to the game.
Okay. That's your opinion, but
yeah.
I think either way, all those names that you listed, really valid.
Yeah.
Either way.
And okay, wait, I don't want to interrupt.
Who's your 5?
Yeah, so my 5, I was gonna say, speaking about one of those names, Magic Johnson, 17,700 points, 6,500 rebounds, 52% from the field, 5 rings, 3 MVPs, 10-time All-NBA, 9-time First Team, and 12-time All-Star. He changed the point guard position forever. He was 6'9". He was the tallest, most dominant point guard in history at the time. And you could even say now to this day, because when Steph is most dominant, I'd call him a shooting guard. But he guarded 1 through 5, which is still unprecedented if you're not LeBron James. He has 11.2 assists per game on his career. He won Finals MVP his rookie year without Kareem, who he filled in at center for in the Finals. He could truly play and guard 1 through 5. I'm not going to say a talent we're never going to see again, just because of the evolution of the game.
And there's so many like big guards now.
I do think so, but what I'm going to say is that relative to this competition, it's probably the most revolutionary player we've ever seen relative to what he walked into.
Yeah, I think him and Larry Bird for sure saved the NBA, and Magic's at my 4. Like you just said, all the stats. But one thing that like really resonates with me is when you win Finals MVP at center as a rookie. Like that's just like it's never gonna be done again. Like you're out of position fully, and I mean that just skyrocketed him on my list. That's why I put him over Larry Bird. Is because like Larry Bird obviously dominant, but Magic had 5 NBA championships, and he won one as a rookie Finals MVP, and that's just like unheard of, you know. So that's why he's at my 4.
Yeah. Who's your 5?
My 5's Larry Bird.
Okay, yeah, he was.
6 was Shaq.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so going into number 4, my 4, we've mentioned him a lot so far.
Yeah.
His name is Wilt Chamberlain. 31,400 points, almost 24,000 rebounds, most all time, by the way. 4,600 assists, 44% of the field, 2 rings, 4 MVPs, 50-time All-NBA, 10-time first team, 19-time All-Star, 2-time All-Defensive first team. Only 2 is crazy again. But the 100-point game, he averaged 50.4 points per game on a season. He had 55 rebounds in a game. He was a 7'1" big who was an athletic freak of nature. He forced literal rule changes such as the widening of the lane and offensive goaltending. And yeah, I think he's the second most dominant player ever. This is one where it's really just up to your taste where you put him. Everyone knows the stats. Everyone knows how dominant he was. But there are some things that Jackson's probably going to mention or has mentioned that you can hold against him. And the winning is part of it. Only 2 rings. The winning is part of it. I'm not going to even talk about the 4 MVPs because, by the way, that year that he averaged 50 points per game, he averaged 20-something rebounds on that year too. He didn't win MVP. So that's absolutely ridiculous. But I'm going to tell you why. It's because the way the MVP was set up, it was strictly just to the best player on the best team. Nothing else mattered. Best player on the best team. So if you were a number 1 seed and you averaged 15, 5, and 4, and no one on your team had better stats than you were the MVP. No matter if Will averaged 50. But yeah, another thing that you could hold against him is the time that he played in, and I agree. And that's why he's not top 3. That and winning, that's why he's not top 3. But yeah, I truly do think he's the most incredible freak athlete this league will ever see relative to who he's playing against. Obviously, Wemby clears him in terms of freak athlete, and LeBron. But let's just face it, like the guys in the NBA are a lot better than they were in the 60s when Wilt played. And yeah, it's just not gonna happen again where you're gonna have someone that much more athletic and that much more dominant and that much taller and that much stronger than everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, he was obviously a dominant player. Like you said, you just got to pick and choose. But, I mean, I just think he shouldn't have let Bill Russell win 11 rings. Like, if you let somebody else who is your rival and who is, like, your main competition win that many times over you, and you're that good, like Wilt Chamberlain, like, I just don't see how you can make my top 10. That's just kind of my thought process on it. But obviously, you're giving him the recognition that you think he deserves. So I'm not gonna hate on it. You know, I mean, just it is what it is. That's just kind of my thought process on Wilt. I've kind of ranted on him a lot in this top 25 previous episode.
Yeah.
Y'all should go watch.
Anytime you see a crazy stat that NBA player does, it's like Harden, most games in a row with scoring 30 points. Harden, 30-something games scoring 30 in a row. Wilt Chamberlain, 120. What? What? Like that? That's why. Because he's just ridiculous statistically. Ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, I think we both kind of have the same top 3 players. I don't know if they're the same order. We might have the same order.
Yeah, we'll have to see how the effects since the GOAT podcast, the first ever podcast. Shout out to you guys that watched that.
Yeah.
If you didn't, go tune in. Because you're about to see the results and the effects that superior persuasion has on a man.
Bro, okay, you just went so OD for no reason. But at my 3, I have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
He is a 6-time NBA champion, 6-time MVP. He has the most MVPs of all time. 2-time Finals MVP, 19-time All-Star, 15-time All-NBA, 11-time All-Defense. If we're talking strictly accolades, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar might be the GOAT. Because, like, This dude has so many. He has the longevity. He has he has 6 MVPs, 6 championships. Like he like has nothing like bad in his resume. Like he pretty much has everything. He's accomplished everything, and he averaged 24.6 points, 11.2 rebounds, and 3.2 assists. So like he was an all-around player, and he like had the most unstoppable move of all time, the sky hook. Like, I mean, you can't really argue that Kareem is top 3, in my opinion.
Yeah, I do think that 1 through 3, undebatably, no matter how much you know ball, should be taught in schools as Kareem 3, LeBron and Jordan 1 to 2.
Yeah.
I don't think that those are debatable at all. I do agree that while I am heavily persuaded towards who the GOAT is,
I'm like not as persuaded as you. I'm kind of like I'm on the fence a little bit.
Okay, but I still, to my point, I do agree that even though I believe wholeheartedly that someone is the GOAT, I do agree that there should be and is a debate. But number 3, I do believe you cannot debate who the 3rd greatest player of all time is. No matter whose list you're on, Kareem should be number 3 of all time.
I agree. I mean, I just said every single reason why.
Yeah.
Dominated a whole era.
For 2 decades, he dominated.
And even before the NBA, he was dominating college.
Yeah.
College basketball.
And by the way, he played until he was a senior, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he was
in UCLA. He's the reason why, if you look in the record books, UCLA is even relevant.
Yeah. Well, I think it's about that time. Number 2, I have Michael Jordan. Okay, bro. Here, let me explain, bro.
He's come.
Let me explain.
From the dark side.
All right, I see this could change like weekly. I just don't really know, but like I don't know. So the Jordan averaged 30.1 points, 6.3 rebounds, and 5.3 assists. 6-time NBA champion, 6-time Finals MVP, 5-time NBA MVP, and a 14-time All-Star, and a 9-time All-Defensive First Team, 10-time All-NBA First Team. This dude was. He's for sure in the argument of the GOAT debate. I mean, you can go either way. I don't really care. But, I mean, I think the only reason why I switched up a little bit was because this dude LeBron is 40 years old and he's like a top 5 player in the league.
Windmill dunking on players.
Like, he hit a game winner last night, actually.
He did. I watched that live. One of the few NBA games I watched live because I'm really, to be honest, I'm not a fan of NBA regular season.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's just kind of like... Dude, you're at 50,000 points. You're age 40 and you're still a top 5 player. That's one thing that Jordan doesn't have is longevity. And I think when it's this close, kind of, I mean, I think you just kind of like think about the longevity. But, I mean, 1 and 2 is interchangeable. I still don't know if I'm even right about this. I don't know which one I'm going. I don't know. I don't know which one I want to go with.
You sound kind of sad in your explanation.
No, I'm not sad.
Sort of remiss.
Like, I'm not sad. I'm just like, I'm like on the fence because I look at Jordan's stats and like accolades, and I'm just like, dude, he was that guy.
Oh, absolutely, and like that's why he's number 2 of all time. Number 2 of all time is not a diss, and I know a lot of people, including myself, can get passionate about dissing Jordan in order to hype LeBron up, but no matter how you put it, Michael Jordan is top 2 of all time. That's extremely impressive. I've named 10 guys, or I'm going to name 10 guys that changed the game of basketball, that made basketball as we know it, and he's better than 8 of them. And that's extremely impressive. He was the GOAT for 30 years, and to be the GOAT for 30 years, to hold up for 30 years, that's impressive. I don't know how long LeBron's going to hold up, but I can almost guarantee you LeBron's not going to be the GOAT for the next 200-300 years. Someone eventually is going to take the throne.
It's going to be Wemby, dude.
And I'm open. I hope that this generation, the people that think LeBron is the GOAT, I hope that we can pass the throne on better than the ones before us, because let's be honest, they hate on everything this next generation does. They hate LeBron. They think that he can't play in the 80s when things were more physical. Guys, he's a 6'8", 280-pound specimen. Like, what are we talking about? So I hope that one day, if someone is greater than LeBron all time, I hope that myself and my generation can pass the throne on of the GOAT to someone else.
I'm going to be honest. Oh, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, well, last thing, I just don't think that the previous generation has been able to make that change as I hope I can.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jordan does have the best peak of all time. When you go back, like when you have a three-peat NBA champion, and then you leave the sport, and then you
get suspended,
and then you get three more, and then you get three more.
Get suspended for gambling.
Like that's just like sheer dominance, and I'm just like, dude, it's hard for me to pick. But as of right now, I'm gonna go with LeBron. But Jordan, in my opinion, does have the highest peak. Like, a lot of people can disagree, say 2013 LeBron.
Okay, but this is what's so crazy. You could say 27 LeBron, 2013 LeBron, 2012 LeBron, 2017 LeBron, 2018 LeBron, 2020 LeBron. Like
that's why he has the longevity. But I think overall, like, if you're going straight off peak, I think Jordan's got it. Like, because back-to-back three-peats is kind of crazy. But I mean, LeBron's at my one, so.
Yeah, LeBron's at my one too, and are we gonna spend a whole another hour talking about praising LeBron, or?
I mean, he has his own songs at this point. So.
He does. He does. He has his own songs.
I mean, I think everybody watching pretty much knows that he has a lot of fans and a lot of Glazers, and
yeah,
he has a lot of songs named after him. So I mean, pretty much. I mean, that explains it himself.
Yeah, if you want to hear some LeBron stats and Jordan stats on number 2, and this is why we're skipping over it so fast, is because we talked about it for an hour. If you really want to hear some more of that, we went really, really in depth. At the time, he was still a non-believer, so it's a good.
I mean, you can still make the same arguments even if you're on the other side.
No, you can still make them; they just wouldn't be correct. But. Yeah, if you want to hear more of that, go tune into that. It's the first video we ever posted, the first podcast we ever posted. But yeah, wait. I just want to talk about real quick the Stephen A. Smith situation.
Oh yeah.
To make up for the lack of talking about LeBron and Jordan, we could talk about Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah. So Stephen A. said that he would have swung on LeBron if LeBron would have touched. LeBron would have touched.
Yeah. Let's start from the beginning for people that don't know. Start from the beginning.
All right. So LeBron pretty much just confronted this dude Stephen A. Smith at a Lakers game about what he was saying about Bronny and disrespecting him.
And by the way, the comments that LeBron was referring to exactly was when Stephen A. Smith said, LeBron, speaking to him directly, as a father, stop this.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what he was talking about, and that's why LeBron was upset. Continue.
I mean, LeBron has every right to be upset. Like, dude, you're an NBA analyst. You can keep it inside of the lines of the NBA. Just don't talk about his fatherhood or anything like that.
Yeah.
And he had the right to go up and say, bro, stop talking like that. I mean, and Stephen A. Smith, I mean, obviously he's one of the best journalists that we have today. But, like...
I don't know about best, maybe biggest.
Yeah, I would say biggest, yeah.
Biggest, yeah.
First Take, I do like First Take, though. I mean, his takes aren't really correct.
I like when J.J. Redick was on First Take.
Yeah, J.J. Redick, bro, he was a
he was
straight
great.
Analytics.
He was
straight
great.
Analytics. But...
Okay, so what happened next in terms of sequence of events? Let's just get it down for the people that don't know.
All right, so then he went on First Take and his own podcast and said that he shouldn't have been talking about LeBron as a father, everything like that. And then we thought the whole ordeal was over, right?
And then he went on a podcast tour.
Yeah, and then he went on literally, he kept talking on a podcast, and we thought it was over because it wasn't that big of a deal. He just told him how it was, and it was what it was. And then Stephen A. Smith, a couple weeks later, says, if LeBron would have, if he would have touched me, I would have swung on him. Like, what are you doing, bro? You're lucky you're one of the biggest names, because if you weren't, you would be out of there, dude.
Yeah, he's lucky he does have that ESPN Disney contract.
Yeah, and, Stephen A., bro, you're not swinging on LeBron James. No matter what he does, you were standing there scared, bro. And then LeBron...
LeBron posted a video
of Stephen A. fighting.
Yeah, doing little boxing training. And
he's a
if you thought the Tyler Hero one was bad, this is pretty bad. And not to say that I can fight myself, but come on, man. Come on, man.
I would have good odds on you versus Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, but just not in terms of technicality or skills, but just in terms of size and power and youthfulness.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
and then
what did LeBron say?
LeBron, he posted a meme. He was basically saying, let me translate the meme for you guys. He was basically just saying, what is this clown talking about? Like, what is he doing? And he went on a podcast with Pat McAfee last night, as of the recording, the day he hit the game winner. But he went on their show, and he was talking about it, and he said, yeah, I already know, as soon as I start talking about it, Stephen A. is just smiling ear to ear. He knows he did that press tour, whole Taylor Swift press tour, and he just loves when I talk about him, because that gives him something to talk about. And by the way, he's 100% right. And he was just saying, yeah, he's a clown, like this and that. And Stephen A. then responded. That was Stephen A. responded after that. Then he would have swung on him, and that's where that came out of. But what was I gonna say? I don't know. Kind of got lost there.
Yeah, Stephen A. I mean, dude, why are you doing this though? Like, you already have your fame, you already have your money, bro. Like, you don't need this 15 seconds of fame, bro.
Yeah, you
like,
really don't.
You don't need it. Like, you're a professional at the end of the day, bro. You work in the NBA industry, and you're talking crazy about LeBron James. Like, I just don't see it.
It's really a shame. And now LeBron, it's expanded past Stephen A. I don't know if you watched the Pat McAfee episode, but he was talking about other analysts such as Brian Windhorst. Windhorst always he was one of the first reporters to ever talk about LeBron in high school in Akron, and LeBron just was like, yeah, you got other analysts, they're like weird, man. They're like that Windhorst dude, like he talks like we're best friends. Like, I don't know him. And Windhorst went on the next day, and he was a little butthurt. And Kendrick Perkins was a little butthurt too. Kendrick Perkins said, Kendrick Perkins
on TV, man.
Kendrick Perkins made a comment, and LeBron just like unfollowed him or whatever. And then Kendrick Perkins was like, and then I blocked his number. I was like, what are you, in 4th grade? Like, come on now, you blocked him?
And LeBron does
grow
not
up.
need you, bro.
It was, I don't know why he thinks he's a relevant NBA player.
Bro,
somehow
he's
he's
one of the
irrelevant.
worst NBA players of all time.
And somehow he's a relevant analyst. I don't know why he thinks he was a relevant
It's just
NBA
because,
player.
It's literally just because he was a former NBA player. That's like how a lot
And
of
he yells.
Yeah, he does yell. Charles Barkley is the GOAT analyst, though.
He doesn't know a thing.
He doesn't know anything, but he is hilarious doing it. And
No disrespect to Charles.
I think everybody knows that he doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
But, like,
He does know.
That's what they have Kevin Harlan for.
Yeah, he does know ball,
Ernie
but he just
Johnson,
doesn't watch
Ernie
the
Johnson.
games. He does know ball. He knows what he's talking about in terms of basketball, but he just doesn't watch the game. Same as Shaq.
Yeah.
Shaq just disses every single team that he doesn't watch that isn't good. And
Bro, the best feud of all time, him and Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, I don't think Shaq has watched 5 games of Rudy Gobert play basketball.
Yeah.
But I mean, that'd be a tough task because I wouldn't want to watch that either.
I think Ernie Johnson on TNT is one of the best ball knower.
It's a good dynamic.
I think it's up there, bro.
Yeah. Sad to see them go. Fortunately, we have the next greatest team in sports media, Sideline Stories.
Yep, exactly. We're gonna overcome this.
Exactly.
We're gonna
just
be
put
there.
us on the NBA halftime.
Exactly.
It'll be all right.
Dude, lock us in, dude.
I can not watch any game and hate on whoever I want. I can do that.
Yeah, exactly, dude. But I mean, I think that's all.
Yeah, I think that's all. Make sure you guys like, subscribe,
and share it to your friends.
Yeah. If you don't have friends, that's okay.
Share it to your grandma.
Share it to your grandma. All right, that's been another episode of Sideline Stories. I'm Ryan Eddy.
I'm Jackson Snow.
All right, have a good day, guys.
See y'all.